Hey, I just wanted to get on here real quick and tell you guys this quick story. This story turned into a life lesson for me. And the story is about me training when I first started in MMA. Um, it was this one occasion when we were in the gym, everybody was in there training, we were sparring. And I was going against one of the top guys in the school. And he stopped in the middle of us sparring and he looked at me. He was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm sparring." And all he said was, "You fight how you train." And then we kept sparring. And um, thinking back, even in that moment, like I knew what I was doing. I was pulling my punches. To be honest, like he hit harder than me and he was faster than me at the time. He probably still is, but that's neither here nor there. So what was going on was I was pulling my punches. I was pacing myself because I was out of shape at the time, probably 230 something pounds. And I knew he was in better shape than me. He hit harder than me. He was faster than me. So um, if I pick up the pace, then he will pick up the pace. So I was, taking my time. So he would take his time. But he looked at me. He was like, basically, you fight how you train. So if you're going to train this way, when you actually get into a fight, when you actually start fighting, um, you're going to fight the way that you train. So you're not going to go in there, you're not going to train one way and then get in the cage or the ring and fight a completely different way. It's not possible because if you're not training your body to do the movements and training your mind and things like that to do the things that you're going to do in the actual situation, it's not possible for you to do it just off your imagination. So with that being said, I've taken that and I adapted it into my life. It turned into a life lesson for me. So I do everything with intentionality, and you can't. I have strong faith. I have a strong faith in my God. I have a strong faith in His abilities. So that's a practice that I have daily. Meditation is a practice that I'm picking up even more now than before. Um, Reading, doing everything with intentionality. So you can't have, um, so to speak, you can't fight a certain way if you don't train that way, either mentally, spiritually, physically. If you're not training yourself daily in these things, then it's not possible for you to actually go out and fight that way. If you're not training yourself how to grind each and every day when you have to grind, then it's not going to be possible for you to do it. If you have little faith and it comes time for you to have faith in something, it's not going to work the way that you think it's going to work. If you have a bad prayer life and you only pray when you're in trouble, if you don't pray for the good times as well as the bad times, your prayer life is not going to be as strong as you want it to be. So, um, reading, writing habits, things of that nature, anything, you can apply this to anything that you go through in life, anything in your work life, relationships, things like that. If you don't train the way you want things to look when it's time to have things go the way that you need to go, then it's not going to be possible. So, by him just telling me in that moment, you fight the way you train, I took that and it took on a whole new meaning to me. It wasn't just in the gym, it wasn't just in the cage or in the ring. I applied it to my life, I applied it to um, my walk, my Christian walk. I applied it to my relationships, not as much as I should have. Again, I'm building on those things. And just thinking about that today, it was just something that I wanted to tell you guys. If you're a fighter, if you're not a fighter, if you compete, if you don't compete, if you are fighting for a job, if you're fighting for a better position, you fight the way you train. So each and every day, if you have a craft, you need to be working on that craft and you need to build yourself up. And daily set goals or daily just grind at the thing that you do. So don't wait until it's time to perform, to actually start performing. Perform before it's time to perform. And when you get up there, you'll be great. You'll be awesome at the things that you're putting out, the things that you're doing. So that's just a quick story. I know it lasted a little longer than I thought it was going to, but I just hope that this helped spark some inspiration to somebody else. It helped give somebody a little tidbit of wisdom, and you guys start to train the way that you want to fight, so to speak, quote unquote. You know, everybody's not a fighter, but yeah, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you guys listening. If you can, like and share, leave a comment. If you have any questions, I'll be sure to answer those. Thank you. I appreciate you.